No.
It's this weekend. What
I was
time?
trying to get Dreamer to do
I thought it was this
Dreamer
weekend. It
will
might
do
be
it.
next.
If it's a weekend thing, like Saturday, I usually can't do it because like I'm working during the hours.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's
try
on 22nd. If I want to do it anyway, I wouldn't be home for it.
Yeah, I'm working. So
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay. Okay.
someone's doing
Who's
pieces.
purple?
Someone's already doing pieces already. Let's clear that.
Where the hell is the? Oh, you posted it in general.
Let's clear that.
I was looking for the
I
link.
posted team chat, not general.
Whatever. It used to be called
Okay, who's doing that?
It used to be called Uni General.
Did but change the team chat.
Yeah.
Right.
Guess what, you guys,
Spam clear the board.
you guys are
Spam
fucking
it.
dirty. You guys are fucking dirty, dude.
I'm spamming clear it, don't worry.
Okay. Stop. Alright, everybody stop! I wanna see, oh my god.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to keep it clear.
Guys, come on, guys.
Wait, shh.
Is this where I got? We can't watch the part where I
Alright,
got.
we're gonna go right,
exposed.
boys. Alright?
Actually,
Oh, this is when I'm high as fuck
Go
talking
left
in team
until
chat,
left,
but it goes to both people. It acts as max
I'll try
chat
not
because
to
I'm a
flex.
spectator.
what's the damage to your shoulders so you don't get tanked?
We could run dive with this if you guys really want to.
We could get that two tries.
It's hard to tell if you're talking in game or not.
Yeah, that's why I have it very low.
Cole's in this chat, I thought Cole was here.
Wrecking Ball is
Whichever you want,
tank.
but like the only dive tank is D-Bag for off tank.
Yeah.
I told Tomo like, fuck that.
You want me to go back, monkey?
Yes.
For my call nasty though.
Why was I on Genji?
Oh, cause we were running dive and we were throwing. Shadow just didn't want to run May anymore, so.
Tomo, I need to be very vocal.
Honestly, I partially don't see a reason to, because it's good. Just gonna change to hero pools.
Okay, pausing.
Aww.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
I love how my volume's very low.
It's appropriate.
Me sitting there high as shit.
Wake your
wondering
ass
why
up.
Wondering why I'm getting pinged in fucking Discord. I had everything muted. I was chilling.
Tell us, wait, what is 100?
Fuck.
Fall over.
Yeah.
Wait, did he really just do good night, girl? I'll see you tomorrow.
What?
Boys, here we go. 2, 1. Wait for the Ana. He picked the Mercy. Alright.
Let's go.
I don't remember this map. It was like a fever dream.
Here.
This map?
Yeah, it was like a fever dream. I swear. I don't remember what happening.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This one in Rialto, I think I got distracted with I was trying to talk to
Can
Bryn.
we never watch Rialto?
I think we could watch Rialto, but at the same time, because there's some things you need to learn from that. But we're not gonna watch Nepal. I'm not gonna.
I was gonna say we should watch Nepal. Just watch the Meg walk into the flying Junkrat bombs.
Can we please watch Dorado from like the scrim before this?
Can we please watch the,
No, we should.
the Nepal
just
map
play
from,
this
like,
script,
15
just play it.
scrims ago
Rad-
that we never
Rad-
had
We're
up
gonna
a
play
lot?
this. We can go over Dorado. I just have to skip to it.
I was about to
Shadow's
say,
throwing.
did
Don't
you
worry about
see
it.
that Dorado?
He hasn't seen
Shadow
Oh,
never
wow.
plays
This-
that
I was so
character.
lost.
Let's chill low.
Rad doesn't know about Dorado.
I'm on McCree, one.
It's a small scene.
I don't even remember Dorado.
It's a small scene name, that's all.
Oh no, I remember Dorado now.
Okay,
That's where I left mid-scrim.
I didn't do that.
May's up here with us.
Yeah.
This is a fever dream.
Run still one. Backing up, top me up.
I think I'd pull off.
What is this view? There, come on, post.
It's not
I'm
me.
on the Ana.
I think this is where I get my big monkey. Oh, this is big monkey time. Ready? Big monkey. Here we go. Look.
Or, yeah, keep left
Look
left,
what I
keep
do.
left, left.
Two off.
Both of them.
Oh. I'm on the Lucio.
DVD max.
I chase after that Lucio too. I'm like, give me that.
I was trying to kill him, but he booped him away, so I gave up.
Turn on your
Me,
sound now.
me high as fuck.
They're attacking.
I didn't have sound in the game.
They're gonna have a shatter here. You can start with a nano blade here.
Yeah. You guys dive in and then
Yeah, but we gotta check out my Roomba
Yeah.
vision here.
I'm gonna go right side on the other.
No, nano blade.
Damien.
This was a really solid push.
I messed up my blade so bad though. I'm really upset
It wasn't
about
bad. Like the fact that you got McCree, I was happy about that. Take that.
Dude, I deleted that diva.
That poor Lucio.
Lucio one.
It's so cold here, oh my
God. Oh,
Alright.
I destroyed this tracer.
Alright, so you guys, I thought this was literally going to be the end of Volskaya, and somehow you only got one tick out of this fight. So,
Oh, it's
I
because
think
of.
it's because of this man right here.
alright, so big
Tomo.
issue with some of the dive comps that you guys have.
Tomo.
If you can't, if you guys can't finish off players fast enough, you have to have some kind of crowd control on your team. This is your only form of crowd control, and it's on, what is Sleep Dart? 12, 13 second cooldown?
12, I think.
Yeah. Like, if that's your only crowd control against a team, like, you know, that's running May, and they're running the Tracer on the point, they're running Hammond on the point, they're running Lucio to get as fast as possible. I mean, you could probably toss in McCree, Brig, literally, you know, even Roadhog. Because you, like, on this point, you need to clear it as fast as possible, because the enemy team is just going to, like, dive through the door at any point.
Yeah,
And that's...
it's the reason why I feel like sometimes, like the whole chasing, sometimes you gotta tone it down, come back, and like be able to heal up. That way you can set up an actual dive with people that come in, and you can just delete them.
Yeah.
With fire.
Because you
yeah.
you guys should be able to set up choke points, right? Like right here and here. These are the only two places, aside from up top, if they have the mobility, which this doesn't. That might, but it's probably not going to use it, and that doesn't. So there is only a couple heroes who are going to come from there, which they're swapping to. So they're kind of panicking. They're definitely not going to throw that away.
Not to mention, if you're on point, you delay their spawns.
This is
I
so
like
still
this
do
kind of
video.
goes. This goes back to why May is so meta. Like, here's what you do, right? Enemy team comes out spawn, right?
To me.
And all you do is just put up a wall. You've just blocked every hero on their team that doesn't have mobility, except for, like, you know, the Lucio and the Hammond, who do have the mobility to get out.
Or the Tracer can rotate around pretty quickly to the other entry.
That is true, but again, if you can stop them,
I'm pretty sure I destroyed this tracer.
Here.
Well, if you do,
we have a lot to go through.
Those Lucio touched right here.
Wait,
yeah.
stop.
I think you might kill Tracer in a bit, just because
Yeah.
we only got 2 ticks out of this, or not even 2 ticks. I don't think.
No, we got one in like.
We only got one tick out of it.
Because then they
So-
nailed it.
Yes. So, but here's my point, guys. When you have fights like this, try to keep stuff like this in mind. Like, the whole reason why people use Mei is because you just block off an entrance immediately. Like, it's a free wall. The enemy team can't get on. That's why she's so good. Because it forces, especially death ball compositions, around, and you've just created a choke point for, you know, a Diva Bomb, a Hanzo ultimate, anything like that. When you create a single choke point, you throw all your damage at it, and you could probably force either every single one of their ultimates out, or you're gonna kill their team, wipe it, and finish with, like, you know, 4 minutes. Which is why kill potential with those kinds of comps with crowd control is important, because look how many of you are on the point, and look, there's still somebody contesting.
Sure.
It's a tracer.
Yeah, and it's because, you know, we have Doomfist, who has high kill potential over here.
He's like the only one that can kill Tracer. Really.
Lucio's kind of just like
Tracer
abilities,
kind of counters.
do a lot. Maybe Diva could
Oh yeah.
harass Tracer.
Well, it's more of a trade, honestly. You're at the same time the only one in this entire lineup, other than maybe Ana, that can really deal with her quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I get
if you
lucky
hit
and punch her here. But
yeah, I was gonna say if you get just like a slam down on the Tracer or an uppercut, you're
That's
most
half the
likely
health.
gonna you're most likely gonna force her recall out, right? Because
if you press play, I'm pretty sure I delete her.
I'm pretty sure she already used recall at this point.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did. This is her coming out of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if she gets deleted right
But
now. It's just something that
yeah,
concept.
I'm just saying in general,
Yeah.
if you force that out of her and she's the only one on point, she's most likely gonna use the recall. Because you guys need to start picking these players faster when you're doing 2CP. Because if the more drawn out the fight is, the more likely that you're not going to succeed. Unless the enemy team is just absolutely struggling, which the higher up the tiers we go, like 3.2, 3.3k, you're not going to get teams struggling like that. They're most likely going to dive onto the point and pick you all off.
It's not going to be like Hanamura earlier today.
I don't know what happened to Hanamura today. So I'm assuming it was bad.
I think Dreamer was playing.
I was not.
Like the real emphasis is on focused, like because dive focuses on a quick focus to target, a quick dive on a target. It's better for us to like at that point when we clear all of them out. It's a lot better for us to like as a group just start dealing with all these respawns as they come in. That way you just instantly delete these people instead of having to have like 2 people here and have like one dead and then another dead and then
Reinhardt's a really big hammer that really hurts, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's the reason why. I mean, Reinhardt has a big hammer, but like if Reinhardt had the time to come in here, he'll have all these fuckers, including the guys that were over here, on him, and he'll be out.
I was with Tomo, and I realized I didn't have dash. I was like, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And then I see my health. I'm like, oh, I'll see you guys in Valhalla.
Remember, that's the reason why I was trying to call some of you guys to the point, because at that point, one, we could have healed up better, and we could have coordinated the actual dive.
Well, actually, could you go back and play? Because I just want to see it play out again.
I just want to see the fight play out.
Yeah, let's watch the rest of the fight first. But I do need to say there are a lot of instances where some of this gameplay, and my first thought is like, when I look at the hero. Well, when I look up at the hero lineup, I know a lot of the times you can get stuck with ults, and you're like, okay, well, I need to play this hero. But like, if you're picking a hero, right, and your solid reason for this hero is defense matrix is useful. I can eat ultimates. I can fly back in time. I can harass, and I can protect the back line. That's perfect. You've got Winston. Winston can dive. Winston can harass. Winston can get in and out. But when you start getting into things like, maybe you don't need the Ana, because Ana is extremely difficult to protect in a composition like this, because Lucio is your only designated peel for that. And if your Lucio's stuck with the Ana, your dive heroes aren't exactly going to get that much value, because they're constantly being forced to use their abilities to quickly reposition rather than position themselves in favorable positions. Another thing, why,
Genji's fun.
and why? Right. That is true. But look at the enemy team.
Yeah.
What's
They don't
that?
know how to have fun.
Who deals with that?
Doomfist.
Which one? Okay, so I know in the moment it's difficult to decide, but like when you look at your team as a whole, who's gonna have to deal with the Ice
Either
Queen?
Doomfist or Ana.
Doomfist.
So you never want your Ana to be the designated person to deal with the character. Kill her.
She can help for anyone to deal with her abilities.
I mean, nobody can really stop this.
To be fair, I didn't have very many deaths on this map, and I mostly just sat way back at the choke.
To be fair, Tracer gets deleted.
I mean,
this was me coming in to save Tomo.
It didn't even work out. Tomo still died because he's a thrower.
Yeah, but I landed a big nade on everyone.
That is true, but if you guys want to because the whole point of being in here and on a team like this is that you're playing to play as a cohesive unit. You're playing to train yourselves, and you're playing to do your best. There are two places that you can play to have fun. One of them is arcade, and the other one is
Comp.
play.
Oh,
I mean, you can. I shouldn't say that as a coach, but yes, technically there is a third option, but we don't count that. So
that's where I go.
Me too.
But
That's
when
why
you're-
we're in gold.
when you're in scrimmages,
I'm in gold on one roll out of 2 or 3 accounts.
Hey, guys.
yeah, when you're it's laggy. When you're in
We're still in
scrimmages,
gold though.
you guys really want to have a list of priorities. You know, and it's after last night, it is very difficult to discern if everybody's on the same page. Because when a team tilts you like that, or when you get burned out or frustrated, it is easy to see why you're playing and why you might stop playing. So, are we here to win? Not all the time, because, you want to practice and you do want to avoid the meta sometimes, right? You're here to. Is everybody here to get better? Is that something that we can agree on?
Yeah.
So we're here to play better because it's the whole point of avoiding ladder, isn't it? You use the resources that the org gives you or whatever provides you with, and you find all these teams. You get into communication. Obviously, I'm going to try to find teams from now on, since Nim found last night's in the last minute. I'm going to try to find teams that are actually like legit and not like this. And they also are willing to discuss hero pools. Like maybe just try to tone it down on the cheese, or maybe teams are going to be practicing one kind of thing rather than the other. So it's nice to play against actual teams that are set to play against dive or against deathball, so you guys get a little more versatility. But if you guys want to get that, or try in a tournament, or play against players that are near masters or in masters, that might help you. But if you're here just to do what you want to do, everybody else on the team is going to have a harder time because they're going to struggle with being the person that has to kind of pick up the slack or deal with other players that want to be here for themselves.
What I really enjoy is just the teamwork of it all. But my
Yeah.
issue with this meta is that it's just enable May is all the meta really is, and it's just
The thing about it too is like,
Oh my gosh.
I think it's one of the things that I brought up yesterday. It's like we know this.
Yeah, we get it.
yeah, I know. It just doesn't make it fun. It doesn't feel like something I want to play at all.
The thing is, like,
It literally brings me to the point of me questioning myself after scrims. Do I want to uninstall the game forever?
Yeah, so, and that's kind of what I wanted to bring up with you guys. I thought that was important. And VOD reviews are good for that because you get to see a lot of why you struggle with this or why you hate it. And a big part of Overwatch has been and always will be adaptation to the meta. Now, when I first joined, I said, meta is not important. You don't have to play the meta, and you don't have to necessarily counter the meta. You do have to have at least one person that can help you deal with this, right? Because if you have to allocate, your diva all the time to be checking for the Mei who's going to chuck it and eat it, if you always have to have your Genji harassing her, but the Genji can't kill her, or if Doom is always using his cooldowns, what does that leave the rest of your team with, right? Like if you've all used your cooldowns, this game is a game of cooldowns. If you've committed those to a fight, what's Winston gonna do? Is he gonna have to ult? Is your Lucio gonna have to commit his ult? Is Ana gonna have to nano to save somebody? If she misses sleep dart, the fight's over. It's those kinds of things that make this tier of gameplay extremely delicate. Because if you want to win against players like this who are teabagging you and being complete jerks, like
And
have
have this
to-
random ass guy who completely exposes your comp before the game starts.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that. But like when you have that, yeah, this little ice queen over here. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to have a DPS to harass them? Do you want to have your tank make it difficult for them to get value? Do you want to have double main healers so you have so much sustain the Mei is almost pointless? Like the list kind of goes on, but you have to be willing to adapt to that because anything short of, getting angry that there's a Mei on the enemy team and saying, well, they're going to be the bad guy and I'm going to play whatever, it really defeats the point and the purpose of scrims.
Okay, to get more towards the solution here, so we can keep going.
So
I
We've
think
been on the screen for 20 minutes.
yeah.
what
One
I'm
thing
trying
I
to say is you guys need to play heroes that the whole team agrees that we should all be playing.
I think one thing we should try
And
to
you need to
get
discuss
towards.
that amongst yourselves before the match starts.
Yeah. One thing I think we should try to get towards is that I think we were having more success dealing with the Mei when we were running the BAP. Even though BAP was nerf, I found that, like, especially if I'm in, I know, like, as soon as I see an ice wall, I immediately charge boots to jump over an immortality.
Yeah.
And I think that's just, like, one of our saving things is, like, we always fall for wall 100% of the time and somebody always dies.
So what would you suggest as a secondary to BAP? Like as another healer?
Well, having the
Still run
diva.
Lucio.
I said healer, not...
You can
Oh,
still run
healer?
Lucio,
Yeah,
Zen.
you still have Lucio,
run anything.
Moira.
I just don't feel like BAP Lucio's enough healing.
No, Bat Moira.
BAP
Because
Moira
Moira
sounds...
can fade out.
I
Moira
like
can fade out
BAP
of the wall.
Moira better.
You can
Because-
play any combo that you want.
If we
You
were
just
playing
have
in
to
this
choose
comp, we
playstyle.
really don't need the speed. Like,
You
at
do,
all.
you do
true.
need the speed.
Do we?
Kind of.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Not so much on 2CP, because you're running. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, who all have a shift ability or a right click or something that can get them
And if
across
we
the
threw
map.
Moira in a BAP, like...
Because all you
They
really
both
need to
move
do
it
is
too.
just get on this high ground.
The thing about
and
it,
drop.
is you need the Lucio because one, speed is very important. Two, it's good.
not in a dive
It
comp.
is.
Not
Well,
let me tell you.
that
And let me
much.
tell you.
Original
why.
dive was Zen
Oh my
Lucio.
gosh.
And
Hey, clear. Post is saying something extremely important. Okay,
this is
speed is important with Lucio.
speed is important
because-
because you'll be able to bring your team out and in. Not only that, will you be able to do that? You're gonna be, aside from Diana, you're gonna be the one that's gonna keep consistent heals over and over and over again on all.
Yeah, there's
on
no way to
all-
block them.
Yeah, but
all individual heroes, including going to the peel for your second support, boops for anybody that tries to come in.
But Post, in that sense, to be fair, Moira Bap wouldn't. They would have enough peel by themselves.
But
they'd be
this-
compensating for
well, this is
Lucio.
the thing.
I have to go to the bathroom.
This is
Be right
the
back.
thing, too. It's not just that. It's also the defensive ult. Beat is very.
The defensive vault, yeah, speed is good.
But you have
But in
immortality on
the
cooldown.
sense that beat you would be using to block the Mei, and beat's not even that effective against Mail.
Yeah, beat does not help against
Yeah,
Mail,
and like
especially in
immortality
scrims.
would be just as effective as beat.
Okay,
Can I interrupt you guys for like a full second, real quick? Because I think everybody's missed the most important point of Lucio in dive. Like you are discussing important things for Lucio, like, just as a single player. But the biggest thing about Lucio that makes him so important for dive, which you can trade out on smaller maps, is that Lucio saves your cooldowns. If you
Yeah.
have speed, you don't have to commit your jump, you don't have to commit your Winston leap, you don't have to commit your thrusters, and you don't have to commit dash. You can just walk through the enemy team. And your Ana could probably just sit behind and toss a Bionade. Like, that's important. But if you are lacking something like crowd control or the ability to survive this without using the sound barrier.
That may be important and all, but like in the sense that Mei's just gonna freeze, like in the sense of like actually not using your abilities. If you're fighting a Mei and we're in a team fight, Lucio can't speed you out of May freeze. I mean, like he
He
Right.
might loop her away.
I'm just saying why Lucio's speed is important in
Yeah,
general.
but that's not always the most practical thing.
No,
And
it's not.
another
I'm not saying it's important in this scenario.
Yeah.
another thing that I think Shadow was getting at, which is something I want to also discuss, is that if we're getting May freezed, can we not commit B to that? Because we hardly ever survive a May freeze off of B.
You don't survive it. Maybe.
Yeah, you don't survive it, and it's just a waste of
And
beat.
the B is still one of the best defense you have against it, and
It's
Yeah, but at
usable.
that point, I say if they use mail, let it just be a team wipe and save it for something more important, like a
it's a
graph.
good mail, if it's a bad mail, I think beat is fine. Like if one or two people get trapped in it, I think we can beat and survive.
I was gonna say this might be why May is your biggest enemy, because you guys all have very different ways of dealing with the May. Your most efficient way of dealing with May is, let's go down the list.
Eat.
So 1, D.Va can eat.
Yeah,
The
the Diva ate my ult at least 5 times last night. So.
Yeah, and we'll
She
the
was
whole
insane.
reason the
Right.
whole reason why that D.Va ate your ult is because the D.Va was constantly
You're
in
putting
position
pressure.
waiting. If that D.Va knows that you probably have
one
ult,
time she literally 180 ate my Diva, ate my ult.
she's
Like, it was
probably
ridiculous.
just like on crack cocaine listening for the sound cue. And they
I-
probably
it's-
a lot of D.Va
Literally,
players play
she
it
was
with-
flying. She was flying, right? She was flying back to her team, and I ulted, and she turned around. It was literally not even fast enough to move her backwards. She just kept going. She literally like 180 and then ate my ult and then turned around. It was on King's Row.
Well, one thing
Yeah.
that like Maze and Zarius tend to always do, and there's a few other people that do it, is like as soon as they start getting pressured and people jump on them, they throw their ult to try to save the fight, which is when divas know to defense matrix. So like if we dove this May, and she has ult, she's probably gonna use it.
I usually try to throw it at a spot close to me and close to the ground
One of the things that I do, and I do
because
call,
Diva ult's typically in the
one,
air.
one of the things that I do and do call when it comes to a male, a lot of times
You do?
I know that usually when the May lands a successful blizzard, they're gonna call the team. The team's gonna notice. They're gonna come in. One of the things I do is beforehand I will call for like the Diva player to wait for my cue, and I will tell her to bomb it as soon as they pretty much get close, and we have one fight out of just using the Diva defensively when we're frozen. So
Yeah.
it's an option that I think that it's very.
It's a viable thing, but normally the Ryan can just block
But the
it.
thing about it is not. It's a heat of the moment thing, and it doesn't have to kill things. What it does, it creates space. They cannot move forward with this bomb there.
That is true. So like a lot of these things, they are in the moment, and their value depends on whether or not you've created space or you've gotten a kill. That is the only time you have gotten value out of an ability or an ultimate. Like, that's why Mei is so powerful right now. This creates space and it creates a kill zone for her team. Like, if your team is frozen, they don't have to commit anything to kill you unless you've maybe sound barriered or you have a Zen ult, right? Then they have to start chucking antis, or they might put a minefield out, and they might feel like they have a smaller window of time to deal with you.
You know, honestly, having a Zen ult sounds a lot better than having a beat. in this squad
It's
against the
not
Mei.
that much more effective.
Hey, hold on. Zen is good because Zen has an immediate ultimate with a good radius. However,
Typically, you
Lucio's
just get
ultimate,
antied.
yes. So, and the way that you deal with that is having your diva harass the Ana. Can anybody here tell me what the time for Ana's nade is? Like, do you know the
It's
cooldown?
like 5 seconds.
No,
It's 8 seconds.
I was about to say 8.
Yeah,
It feels
so-
less.
8 to 9.
So there,
it's a long cooldown.
There is like an 8-second cooldown. That is an 8-second time window. When you hear that splash from the Ana grenade, that's 8 seconds where you can say, okay guys, we push, and if they toss the mail, I trans. They're most likely gonna try to anti, but it'll be too late, and your diva's prepared. So it's things like that that you can use to deal with this Mei. Because you
The
guys have
problem
struggled
is-
so many times with Mei in your scrims, and unless you play the counter Mei, which makes the enemy Mei kind of fall off balance, you kind of wander into the trap that she sets every single fight. I'm just gonna keep this playing.
Recall, Tracer, no recall left.
We can keep talking because I know how this fight turns out.
I'm dead. Next.
But we're out of
Oh
position,
no, it wasn't this fight. It's the
and
next
this was a
one.
waste.
Yeah, that's one tick. That's one tick.
That's one tick. Good guys.
Thank God. We've been on that screen for about 25
The,
minutes.
the, the thing about it is,
Blizzard
VOD
there, they're
reviews
gonna
aren't
have
supposed to
a
go
pulse
quick.
bomb here.
Oh, no, they're not.
This isn't really much of a VOD review. This is us figuring out how we need to deal with stuff.
It's a VOD review.
I don't have a lot of time to tell you guys all together any of this information. Like, what I'm going to tell you mid-scrim.
Initially would have died.
Come right.
If we set up with a bomb instantly.
Yeah, see, I go back. I go back main.
We can't because we have Rihanna.
Go in. You guys go in, and I'm gonna bomb.
No, it's on me. I'm baiting.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm ready. Going on the Ana right now. I'm on Ana.
Call targets.
All right. The call for call targets was a little bit low, or a little bit late. Sorry. Diva Bomb went out. It didn't threaten them much. They knew they could pretty much just back up here because they knew you guys were over here. So all they did was wait with Shatter down the staircase. We called targets a little bit too late after we used the monkey ult, after we're kind of trying to set up. And a couple people get shattered already.
No. I'm good.
Ryan Ante.
No.
Right low.
I'm a Tracer.
And that right there is amazing pick potential with the Doomfist.
Lucio.
I'm not a very good Doom
Then I
Fist.
know the Diva.
Still a good
Oh,
kill.
that's where I got the Tracer.
Yeah, there's our corpse. Bitch.
Lucio.
That's really okay. That's how you put pressure on a team, and that's amazing.
Doofus behind.
I'm on Lucio. Oh, ball Annie. Lucio there. I'm on Moira dead.
Killed Moira.
Diva,
I'm back.
Kill baby. Baby dead.
I got killed by a baby diva.
One. What a retard! Oh my god.
Sorry. Gotta give it a ball.
Here's where Shadow.
Lucio.
More no fade.
Oh, I'm going in, boys.
Here I go.
Diva.
When you give me Nano, I'm going in.
Going more on point.
Next target.
Lucio.
We got it.
Nice.
Holy fucking shit. That was like a full 2 minute. That was a 2.5 minute stall after your last push. So, it was good. You guys baited like everything out of them before they could recontest, and they gave up on the Mei for that. But like, again, the kills come out so slowly. Like there could be a Lucio dancing around on the point for like 15 seconds while his teammates are on their way back to the point. There needs to be a slightly better communication for that. I know there's callouts for it, but I think people who could kill the Lucio faster could be closer to that fight. And I know people get picked and they get lost, but again, that's just kind of the nature of trickling. But
Can we skip the defense? I don't want to watch the defense.
Alright, that's just big. But I would like to point out, they would have stalled her so much longer if their Tracer didn't have brain damage. He kept running into me, just dying.
I mean, I did punch her.
Well, at that point,
First time I played
the
this.
thing about it is you pick a hero that can contest real quick. You don't have to have super hyper proficiency on it. Just somebody that can get on point.
Yeah,
tick, and
yeah.
then, like,
I killed her entering that last fight and like twice during it.
yeah. But like,
You can really hear in her
Just
tone of voice.
it
she
literally
really had
almost
to
caused them that entry.
we,
This
we,
is-
we still need to get better out focus target. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
go. Yeah. She was about to.
You can also tell from the tone of voice that
Yeah, yeah,
she's
okay.
probably been yelled at before.
So yeah, Shadow, you could definitely keep the turbo on the fence. It's fine.
Me being really high.
Jar,
Oh.
Awake, yeah.
Shadow.
Perfect. It's okay.
I still can't believe I laugh like that.
Awake.
I really wish they had told us about this guy earlier.
As long as you're nanoing me.
Because we don't know how long he was doing that.
Shadow, just
Yeah, he probably was just telling them what kind of comps you guys had, TBH.
A Torb.
Wait. They literally just.
Wait, what is it doing?
There he goes, and then he did this, meaning he fucked up because he said it and he said it in mess chat.
Hold up, wait up, wait up, wait up. They just called out my comp. That's kind of BS.
That's so BS, dude.
Bro.
You want to leave?
No, no.
I was ready to leave right then.
We should've.
I had my
I think,
finger
yeah.
on F4. I was ready to.
We should have just 6-man DC'd, you know, and this not came back.
I would have been
I'm
down.
glad my flashbang missed, dude. That's actually so sick. Flashbangs even never works for me, but
I think the next time they call a comp like that, we should just
Oh, F4.
we could ask for a restart.
Nobody
in the match.
expects this.
I wouldn't trust him after that.
I mean, this is where I stalled for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The mess is 20 minutes, by the way.
I was bored.
The only thing they're gonna be close to here is gonna be coalescence and shatter.
I don't have a shield.
This is good stuff.
I don't know why I have that habit of jumping up and down. I think it's just me.
I think
Yeah,
We're second
I
place.
made the
Let's do this.
I have a shield center point. Don't push them. Don't push them.
Yeah,
Don't push them. Back up. Back up.
How? I was point blank.
I was literally there.
I'm backing up. I'm backing up.
Got
But
one. May, what's
I'm
up?
dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I have Shatter here.
Diva low, Diva low, Diva
I'm
low.
dead, I'm dead, I'm dead.
Do it.
I can dodge again.
I can come back with bomb.
Okay, guys, I have to go now.
All right.
Whenever you're
All right,
ready,
I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
I'm reviving in 1 second.
This is where I get teabagged.
Oh, I tried it.
I'm bombing.
Tomo. The shift key got him again.
Yep.
Putting himself directly in range of like 3 or
Wait.
4 people.
Was he trying to counter
I mean-
and just missed?
No, he's a male.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
the
charge out the
male.
mail.
Yeah, except the male was pretty much like this.
Yeah.
And he was like, here.
Yeah, he literally could have just backed off. I know he didn't want to get off the point, but he could have like backed to a corner where like a healer could have sight on him. And,
At least we
and
traded the Rhines.
that is
I
true.
don't
I don't know what the hell this is.
I think we killed him.
He got
If I'm not
slept away over
mistaken.
there. Just...
Yeah, I slept him and we just ran in, I think.
Rhine dead. Oh yeah.
There he goes.
Oh, we did get him. Oh, that's what
Oh.
happened.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. I turned
That
to my
was
left. Why is that here?
I was so close to making it in the little room, too.
You were. I just saw white and died.
Yeah, you were like right on top of it. There was nothing you could have done.
No post.
Post with the corner stall.
No, they're gonna have this.
Hey, it
Touch
works.
though.
It's a nice stall.
To be honest, like
All right. So, right there, as I said, this is why May is meta. That was an
This
opening.
is broken.
Well, if you can wall off somebody that has mobility and they've already used like their ability to get toward the point, you literally, rather than dropping it to like 2.5 minutes, they win with 4.5 minutes. Like that's how you get this this much time. Because it's extremely efficient. Let's see. So you guys said you wanted to go over a Dorado game?
No.
Yes, please.
No. No.
I C9 them because I'm on the other team.
No.
I feel like by post's reaction, it's something that we shouldn't watch.
No,
Yeah,
it's okay.
No, we're not
okay.
watching it.
It's something that we just have to take into account because I think I was in the middle of literally calling it.
Yeah, both you and Shadow called it out, but I was with Cole. And I thought we were the ones off.
Shadow was back spawned and Shadow couldn't make it to the point in time because McCree's a fucking slow ass.
Was this a good match or was this like a
No.
match
It
where
was a bad
No,
match.
Oh, they were really tilted.
It was a match that like the
I was already tilted.
the Horizon. Don't count Horizon because Horizon they had to sub in a GM player. But I still think
Yeah.
GM we lost to the freaking.
I felt bad about that. I didn't know until after the game.
like I still think that we did really well considering. But
Oh, definitely.
We pumped so hard after that GM.
So according to those timestamps,
We can watch that
Rad, it's
Okay.
timestamp 1 minute 8 seconds. That's when we're gonna start Dorado. Okay.
Why are we watching Dorado?
because I wasn't
I don't
there
wanna watch
and I would
Dorado.
like to watch Dorado.
Why do you want to watch Dorado? Watch King's Row.
It was half
Because-
scuffed anyway. It was.
Here.
Just watch King's Row.
Okay, alright, guys, if you want me to put a montage together with a bunch of sick kills, then I could do that at some point, but
No, it's not.
we're here, the whole point of VOD reviews is to learn.
No, King's Row was our closest map we played.
No, this map
Was
was
it?
close. This map was close too.
Yeah, bad
well,
things
I left
happen, but,
halfway,
like-
so I wouldn't know.
No, this map was also close too.
Yeah, guys, I don't care if you win or lose, I care how you play. That's all that matters.
We were. My issue is we
Yeah,
were tilted that entire
tilted.
map.
Yeah.
That's my issue with it. I
So
was
why would our
like,
play be
about to lose my
good?
mind.
I mean,
Can I ask what
That same
tilted,
scrimmage,
everybody?
Shadow lost it.
Because I wasn't here the whole day, like, my power was out.
They got tilted because of heroes. Like the enemy team, like Ray was in the enemy team. He played.
It was Ray, Nim, and me, and 3 other people versus them.
Yeah, like they were playing May and Sim a lot, but like it shouldn't be a reason to get tilted. Like it's just.
Yeah, but obviously our play's gonna be worse, so why would we want to watch that?
The thing
Because-
about it, it wasn't even worse. Like this map, we literally finished with like a
It's
couple
pretty
seconds
bad.
difference.
Well, I wouldn't know once again. Cause
Yeah,
I
because you rage quit, which is something that you shouldn't do.
Yeah, I after Monday, I had to have a kind of long talk with Ray about that. So,
Yeah.
I do want to see this match. It's important to me to see it and
Is
talk
it
to you
though?
guys. Yes.
Okay, maybe it's best you watch Dorado on your own and then just give us a quick notes and don't show us the video.
It's really
Guys.
not. It's not that
There's
important.
nothing in this video that's wrong. I don't understand why it is that you guys are so adamant about not watching it. Like
Because-
it was a close match. It was a close match.
Dorado was honestly one of our closest matches. I think it was closer than King's Row, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, we beat you on King's Row.
Well, like
Did you?
yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
we won by
Yeah,
over a
we did.
minute.
we finished you guys. We finished the defense with like a minute
Overtime.
change.
I think it was
and
overtime.
your attack was finished in overtime. But like I said, you don't always learn from victory. Victory is good.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but this game I played freaking McCree.
But it's a hero that you could that you
But
sometimes
you
pull
can
out.
watch my May play, which is obviously more important right now. Because Dreamer should be playing McCree technically.
Let's just watch this, okay?
Hi, Bryn.
Dear God.
Hi.
How you doing, Bren?
I don't know why you're so adamant about it.
Again, it's a VOD that it's a game that we played I think still pretty well considering. So it's important to watch it because it's a different map that we haven't reviewed. Now, I mean the last time we reviewed this, something happened that was horrible. We don't talk about that anymore. It happened. It was in the KS. But this was a really good, it was a close match.
I think all the matches were
It was-
fairly close,
they-
except for maybe that first one.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
pretty
We don't talk about Lijiang.
Yeah. They were close.
You guys had a good Lijiang the next time though. Like the one that I watched, you did really well.
Yeah, so
Being tilted the entire scrim, just you know what issues you make, but you don't correct them in the moment.
yeah.
That's exactly what's happening throughout the entire match. And I just hate it because I know I shouldn't make mistakes. I knew exactly what I was doing, but I was just so tilted I wasn't thinking.
Can we at least watch King's Row afterwards?
Okay, what if we do Dorado really quickly?
Yeah.
Let's do a couple of minutes of Dorado, okay? I don't want to watch the whole match. I don't need to see everything. I can do that on my own time. But
Please do.
if there is an important part of this match, I just want to see a couple minutes.
Awake just
I
wants
just
to
wanna
watch it
review
because
it.
he's C9. That's it.
I just want to see your positions. That's all that matters, okay?
Okay.
It doesn't matter if people got mad or whatever. Like, it happened. That was Monday. Today's Thursday.
Yeah. So Rad, it's about a minute and 8 seconds. That's where you're gonna go to the Dorado.
A minute and 8
No,
seconds.
an hour and 8 seconds. Sorry, an hour.
Oh, hour and 8
minutes.
seconds.
Hour 8 minutes. I'm confused. I'm old.
All right.
Hour 8 minutes. And then we could probably
There it
skip
is.
a little bit. Let me see.
We're here on my screen.
That's probably
Mine's
On
for-
my
still
screen,
loading.
you guys are-
No, my screen right here. It's,
On my screen, you're typing capital R.
yeah,
On
I think we're
my
gonna-
screen, I still see Volskaya.
it's not that same one. That was just full.
Oh, we have a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Mine's. Oh, okay. I see.
Wait, I have two of them.
Because
I just didn't refresh.
Yeah.
it's a different scrim. Just for
You
quick
just
and
do that.
flash.
Yeah, I just posted the VOD again for it.
Yeah, I'm in it.
It's because
I clicked on
literally
one for the 12th by
right-clicked
accident.
freaking Reinhardt to death today.
Yeah, because I wasn't there to
Like,
record that day.
competitive. I was just sitting there. I broke his shield.
Yeah,
with
if you
right
took it
click.
off.
Yeah, I literally I broke his shield with right click and then right clicked him twice and killed him. So it's broke. Like, why does McCree does a ridiculous amount of damage? And you don't even have to fucking aim.
I'm gonna.
Alright, let's see.
So I expect another.
Just gonna flashbang and right click the shit out of the Mac.
Bryn has a cat in her lap.
I wish my cat was in my lap.
Bryn have a cat.
The enemy
Meow?
team knows
Bryn,
that
Don't
now.
be a
You
lineage.
have the
Okay,
advantage.
yeah,
Explain that
Oh,
right.
God.
Bryn has a cat in her lap.
Good thing it wasn't on stream, right?
Alright.
He almost said it.
They have a
Um,
torp. They have a torp.
Bryn,
Of course they did.
why did you give the cat
Why
alcohol?
couldn't they make that comment?
Airstick, Mom.
It was a joke.
Oh,
Oh, when they did that?
I'm going back to you guys. Damn it.
Go around, go around,
Let's
go
rotate,
around.
let's rotate. They have a sick.
The leg half HP. I'm half out, honey. Healing when I come back.
I'm low, I'm low, I'm low, I'm low.
Break my shield.
We need to rotate around.
Yeah. Around the.
This is compelling gameplay.
Break
Yeah.
my
Break the
shield.
turret, break turret, break turret.
Throw it down.
I'm on the run, I'm on the run, I'm on the run.
Throw it down.
Damn it. Let's back up a little bit.
I have back window up.
I'm inside.
Yeah, we're purple.
Oh, doesn't go under the initial.
We're almost at,
Oh,
we're
no,
almost
no,
at like
sleep.
the very first like point, and I haven't seen a kill in the kill feed
Who's
yet.
still behind us?
can we go back to when it
just
was
roll
like
right.
under the bridge?
Ryan,
Yeah, we can. Where was that? Just before you reposition.
Yeah, let's back up a little.
Turret, break turret.
Around the.
I'm low.
Like a
Like
little bit
there.
further, like right here.
Right there. Yeah, pause.
Alright.
I'm half.
So like
'Cause Thomas
everyone
pressed it.
everyone is over here and not one person's over there. So if you guys would have had like 3 over here and 3 over there, it would have made it a lot harder for us to push in because you gave us all the space over here for free. And even if like this team like pushes in and it takes this side, you then can just pincer and attack from the back. Whereas there's like all 6 of you just stood over here and let them take the cart through.
Right, you do have a composition built to kind of pincer. I mean, you do have flashbang, you have the immortality for your team. Reinhardt's kind of, crowd control on his own just by existing. And you've got a mercy for free res.
Like I would call this like giving up defender's position because gave up the area you could have taken.
I could definitely see that. Especially because this car also provides quite a bit of natural cover.
Yeah.
So
And you can also duck in and out if you need to over here.
There's a room right here.
And there is a corner to hide behind too.
It's a very defensive position that we gave up for free, and that we definitely could play differently the next time.
This is very Goats style, playing all 6 right here, ready to run them down.
It's because Toma's throwing.
No.
Yes.
All right.
Anyway,
So
keep going.
just things to think about. Creating space.
I'm half health, honey, healing when I come back.
I'm still far.
And it's not like we had a Widow to like headshot anyone that you should be like extremely scared of.
Break the turn, break turn. I'm on the run.
Jamming us.
Back up a little bit.
Just another Lucio kind of poking again.
I'm inside.
Yeah, we're purple. Way to create space.
Turn down.
Fun into
I
sleep.
like how Post is just like looking at the ground.
That's how you play BAP.
It makes,
Yeah, that's actually
but,
Just
no,
hold
but, but it makes a really great vibe. Just staring at the ground.
Oh my god, dude.
So we Dragon, we Molten Core.
All right.
And you Nano.
Yeah.
Probably,
So
yeah.
was this match a tilt at the start or by the end?
I think I was
At the
already
start.
tilted. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we played against GM map 1. And it,
Yeah.
Like, okay. The problem with
What
with
was
it
the
is, like,
map before this?
Lunar.
Luna column.
Yeah, Lunar. Because we had
Oh,
attack and
no,
then
no, it wasn't
three
Lunar.
fists.
Oh, it was Nipple, I
And
think.
so
What?
so long.
I think it was Nipple.
Oh yeah, we got fucking destroyed on Nepal. That's what I
Okay.
was saying.
I don't remember Nepal.
All
I
right.
don't remember Paul at all.
Well,
Wait, no, we never played Nepal. That's long.
No, we didn't. Yeah, no, we played Ilios and Li Zhang as controls.
does
was it
anybody
Iliad?
here have a comfort hero that they pick?
No, it was Li Zhang. That's why I was pissed.
Oh, because you guys won the
you guys
first
mentioned
one, and
Li
then we
Zhang.
reverse swept you.
Yeah.
Comfort
pick against what?
I don't really
Do you
have
guys have a comfort pick hero that you play when you are extremely tilted? Is there a hero that you can just kind of autopilot
No.
play?
Bastion?
No.
If your team is set up for that, that requires a bit more.
I mean,
I play
it's weird because
Junkrat,
half time
typically.
when I get really mad, I'll go Bastion to sit in the back line and spray everyone down, and then go swap to my
When I
pick.
get really mad, I play Junkrat, and
I was
then
about to
get
say,
headshot
Shadows-
and get even angrier.
Shadows is 100% Junkrat.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever I
So-
get triggered, I play Junkrat, and then usually I get headshot because Junkrat's stupid easy to headshot, and then I get even more pissed.
How long do we keep the McCree on this match? Since I'm not gonna make us
the
watch this whole
entire
match.
the entire thing.
Yeah.
Keep it the entire
What is the enemy team running that I saw at that first bridge that made me cringe when we were
this
talking
guy.
about creating space?
This guy.
So yeah, there's a Sigma
Yeah, I fucking hate
and a
Sigma.
Reinhardt.
Yeah.
What hero was created in this game as a very good burst counter to shields?
Reaper.
Junkrat.
Starts with a J, and we just
Yeah,
discussed
no,
it.
I don't enjoy playing Junkrat because he's stupid easy to kill.
All right, so that's important to talk about because
I'm really
That's another
tired
issue.
of getting headshot.
that's
With
another
Junkrat.
issue I have with this team playing so all over the place, being so good and being so prepared for these matches, is that nobody cares how easy or how hard a hero is when you're in scrims. The only thing that the only time that matters is when you're playing in bronze or silver. Those two tiers, and that's ladder play.
No, Shadow's okay to play Junkrat. I love playing Junkrat. I'm
Yeah.
just tired of getting headshot.
Does anyone know how to
I'm
bring
scarred.
the side menu up?
The what?
I'm really tired of getting shot
what
in
menu?
the head. With a,
Like, I have the menu on the bottom to pick colors and stuff, but there was a side menu last time. On
I
the
was
right-hand
already
side.
triggered.
The leader, the owner of the thing can bring it up. It's a minus in the top right corner
Yes,
over
minus the top right corner.
there, but I can't see it right now. Someone else can pick it.
Did they have anything that can
Oh.
headshot Junkrat right now?
We're running like Torb and Reaper, or Torb and May, or
something like that.
So Torben
Alright,
has to jump
let-
pretty well.
there's
me-
no Hanzo and there's no Widow. If that's
Wait,
what
wait,
you're
wait,
asking.
wait, wait. This is really important. Okay. Again.
Getting headshot.
Okay. I'm just gonna paint you a picture because I think making some of these picks that are detrimental to the whole composition because you think that's what needs to be played is kind of what gets you guys to snowball out of control in some of these matches with the tilt. Like I've noticed this a couple times, and this apparently is a little more evident, and I didn't get to be here for this, but say you're playing your favorite hero, Junkrat, right?
Yeah, that's probably
Okay.
my favorite hero.
You've got
Besides
your
maybe
Q.
Reaper.
You've got your Q ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Whenever I go into Q, I tell myself it's probably gonna get broken.
I
Alright,
also realized
there are ways around this. Okay? Imagine Dorado is really good because it's so open, but it has so many choke points.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, if your team is aggressive enough, you can
Okay.
take advantage of any of those choke points by forcing the enemy team back out into the open.
Yeah,
So they don't
Shadow's
get a
never
lot of
had
value.
any luck at Junkrat on Dorado.
So,
Not gonna lie.
and this is what VOD reviews are for.
I
Is
always get a headshot.
right.
And
So
or they play a Pharah, and the Pharah just kills me.
that is true.
That's
But-
really annoying. It's
Shadow. What condition could somebody headshot you?
not.
Think about that.
If
like
I
anybody.
peek them.
Okay. So if you're on high ground,
Yeah.
right? Let's say this is the bridge area
I'm usually on high ground, yes.
and like the corners this
Okay.
way. All right. Say you're on high ground and there is a wall to peek around.
There's a wall
Okay.
to peek around.
I
What
can't
part
see
are
it
we
yet.
on?
It's like
I don't think
we're,
there's a wall here.
we're at like the very there's like a wall to hide behind up here.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about at
There's a
choke
little bit
points.
of a wall. Okay, so we're
I mean, other than the fact that
so
you have
at choke points.
here and over here and doorways over
Typically-
here.
The reason I die on Junkrat is one of 3 reasons. I get headshot by a sniper, usually a widow, who aggressively hooks up and
Mhm.
headshots me, or I'm trying to get away from a tank who's like point blank with me, and I mine up, and the Junkrat's fucking just skeet shooting. You can ask Dreamer. It's fairly easy to hit a headshot.
Right.
Then
So
work on your movement more.
Or I get pushed by this fucker, or his friend Diva, who just eat all my
Alright.
shit.
I understand, but there's a lot of things you need to
Or I get
know
flashbang.
that make it easier to play this hero. You don't always have to be out in the open. Your shots don't have fall off damage.
Yeah.
You can arc your shots. They bounce
I
once.
realize this. I've been playing Junkrat since season 3.
Right. I know you realize this, and I know you've seen it, but use it to your advantage.
I typically do.
Well, Shadow,
I don't know what your point you're getting at here.
I'm here to help you, man. I'm here to help the team. I'm here to help everybody.
But you're not
can't-
getting to your point.
His point is that you don't have to like take be in the open sight lines. You could take off angles.
Yes, you can take all of these precautions and still get flanked by a Widowmaker and headshot.
Shadow, this is not my point.
What
My
is your
point is that you can play defensively. You can
Yes.
play to help the team. You're not
Yes.
in deathmatch. You're not trying to get as many kills as possible. You're
Okay.
Junkrat. You break the shield. You make it easier for your front line to defend themselves so there's less pressure. I'm
Trust me,
trying to
I've
tell you
done
that
Junkrat.
if you make picks like McCree and you complain about McCree or your excuse is that I was playing McCree, I don't know who you're helping. And if your comfort pick is Junkrat, which you're good at, I'm giving you advice on how to play more flexibly.
I didn't
how
play
to-
that bad on McCree. I just got rolled by their tanks because our tanks are pussies.
Well, you got rolled because you played McCree into 2 shields.
Oh,
Which
I also flashbang right clicked post several times, but that's okay.
Awake.
Not post. Wait, not post. Awake. That's what I was talking. Yeah, I did it at least twice.
but when you
I lived
You
at
make
least
these
one
picks.
of those.
You did
make
leave at
these
least
picks,
one of
I'm
those. and
trying
that's
to get you
because-
more value out of them.
No, I realize this, but I just feel like
Okay, let's just be constructive
my
here.
McCree wasn't that bad.
I
So
I'm trying. No, it wasn't.
It's not that it wasn't bad, it's that it wasn't optimal.
I mean, yeah, our optimal comp would have been running a May with it, but you know, that's never happening.
Stop being so passive aggressive, dude. Come on.
Moving on.
I'm not being passive aggressive. I'm just speaking the truth.
Shadow.
Quick Dorado, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep. We're only gonna do a couple more minutes of this.
Now you know why you shouldn't have run this. Good fault.
Shadow, I am gonna have to talk to you after this.
Okay, we can talk all you want, but you're still wrong.
Oh, nice one, Posty.
It's molten nut for a reason.
Alright, so they're gonna have a Flux here.
Of course they're playing Hanzo.
And they're gonna have.
Oh, we did have a Hanzo.
And they're gonna have probably.
Yeah, see.
I'm gonna I'm gonna death boss him behind him, Tomo, and when he turns shield to me, just shatter them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when I go to.
To be fair, it's Ray on Hanzo.
Ray's not there.
Like I said,
Yeah.
That is fair.
No offense, love the dude.
Let's your left, let's your left.
One. Yeah, you survived that one.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, lucky.
On an asleep, on an nade, on an nade.
That time I was playing.
Killing Ryan.
And then this is just a really prolonged staggered fate.
Okay, now I've.
We end up winning.
Yeah, I got Earth Shatter, guys. Don't worry about it. Break out Earth Shatter.
This is a very good fight.
Get you.
I like this fight.
I'll touch. I'll touch. I'm going. You Earth Shatter? Ready? Earth Shatter in seconds?
Yeah.
Do it now. Oh, okay, yeah. Works fine.
I think I
Sick. I'm dead.
Right, maybe for one.
Run dead, run dead, run dead.
Jamming you, someone?
I died there.
Yeah, thank you. Push onto them, push onto them, push onto them.
And here's where
I'm
we
over
get
here. I'm back there. I get a Sonic here on all 5 of you. And
And there's Shadow coming from spawn, knowing we're about to get C9, but can't do anything.
because he can't get there in time.
Fuck. I knew that would happen.
Feels bad.
That was fucking
It was awake, dude.
I can't play anymore. This is my last game. I'm done. Can't do it.
I'm bombing.
Why did we bomb there? Nobody knows.
On the dead.
I mean, we win the
Awake,
fight,
wait.
but it's worth nothing.
Break shield. Awake one, awake one.
Yeah,
It's not over yet.
and I killed. Oh wait.
You hold out here for a fair amount of
Oh, and
time.
then I got shot by me. Yeah. But there's no point in holding here. Like, absolutely not.
I mean, it is a big.
And we back up. We don't waste time.
Get back.
Yeah, it's good to be out there and poking, but it's good to know when to back up.
Back out.
That's our problem. Either we don't poke and we give them a bunch of free space, or we poke and we don't pull out.
What you're saying right now is, oh, like you were talking about
Lucio.
We used them all. And then I took away. That's all.
He is shatter, he's gonna try shatters.
they have a flood, so
Can we walk into them?
Walk onto them.
God. You should hold my car closer.
Damn it.
Well, you were down 2 there, weren't you?
No.
We were down 1.
We went down 2 after 3%.
I'm gonna shatter here when I get in.
Yeah, I got the call to go in, but only 2 of us walked in.
Damn you. No, the honor's in the back.
Except for Prey.
I was less surprised at 1 kill because
Post, didn't we talk about all the tabbing in a previous VOD?
You don't tab it like all.
But when he does tab, he tabs like 18 times in a row.
I tab a lot because I need information. Like I understand that it looks annoying, but it's literally my job to find out.
I know. I do it too. I've had a VOD before where the coach has criticized it. It's just like either hold it down and look, Or stop flashing it.
Like,
Yeah, I've noticed it, but like I didn't want to say anything. Everybody does it differently because that's how he checks it.
I always check, and the reason why I refresh a lot because I want to be able to know what I'm working with. Sometimes people swap super quick when they die to something else, and I want to know what it is that's out there. Like sometimes it's important to me when I swap to Lucio or when I'm doing a stall, because I want to know what's ahead of me or what's behind me, in order to. Sometimes one thing you do to stall max like optimally, it's like you can send like your tracer forward or whatever if you have one. Knowing that we have one is important. So.
But I am curious what we should have done.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do you think, Rad, should have been done here to prevent the 3rd point steamroll?
So
okay.
was this is it, like right through here? So the hard part with this one is that you guys there's I mean a couple things. One, there were some abilities thrown out that were kind of thrown out in panic. I see some ults that are panic. But I don't see, like where we've already mentioned, holding certain positions is not a good idea against teams that can take a lot of space very quickly. You also have to remember what you're working against.
Give them space, They got one advantage. Space.
I probably do have that point. I do have a
Go back.
question is actually right at this corner here.
Yeah, so there's one thing right there, is a fat anti that couldn't be eaten. Like, that gives so much space to a team that's running the double shields with this little shit. So, my suggestion, you can just toss out the immortality in this corner and try to take sightlines here so they have to come around the corner and look at you. Because at the very least, your quick reposition is around the corner.
Hi, Blinky.
It's easy to prevent flankers if you know where their team is at, because you can see through the glass and you could have somebody in the back. Let's see.
Dominus.
Alright. So we back up. We don't have shields, but we continue to back up.
The question I have here, shouldn't we have held this corner here?
Yes.
Because
So
also we were very late when Tomo called the push. Only I went with him. It was just us.
So Tomo lost shield. You guys just use your only defense for the moment. So if shield breaks in front of a major ult, you don't have that available. You do have this, which again, as I've mentioned, sorry, it's Bukaki right now. As I've mentioned, when you create space, you're doing one of two things. You're creating a kill zone, or your team just has a physical presence in that space.
Safe zone.
A safe zone.
Not really safe, but
a safe zone or a kill zone.
Depending on the composition, right? Like if you got
to kill zone very fast.
If you got a Batiste ult, right, and the enemy team sees that going out, and their only bet is to go uphill into it with a McCree, then they're probably going to back off, because that's an easy way to get one tapped. Because this right here creates effective space if this doesn't have a shield that's available. Like, you can call those kinds of things.
Okay.
Like, if you pop that and then Reinhardt just pushes a fire strike through it, you can almost guarantee a kill.
Cool.
No, Lucio.
Nice.
Alright. Yeah, it's a little bit of communication error. Because I see that we do realize that we need to hold this, but kind of a disconnect between tank and DPS. Good use of the ult though.
He is Shatter, he's intro Shatters.
I also got a little byproduct communication was the tilt factor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Should we walk into
Alright.
Walk into them.
here?
Yeah, so here they get sectioned off.
Yeah, only two. He's at this point, and I only go with them.
Yeah, there's one group here, and then everyone else is back here, and this group get pushed, and this group has to back up.
Yeah.
I was a little late with my emo here, but I don't think it would have mattered too much. Maybe.
Yeah, so when this kind of thing happens, it's like a very split second where you can think about it, but like team repositions, obviously you can't walk down here without getting destroyed, so you kind of have to back around as quick as you can and go down the hallway. Because that blocks their sight from you, and you can kind of try to toss like your immortality into your team. But like again, that's no guarantee. They've pushed and made a lot of space. You know, we've been trying to get people back for a fight. Like, you guys didn't really have a full fighting team that was ready.
Well, it's
That's why
5v5.
Well, so the problem was it was 5v5.
But we didn't have
But-
any abilities. Our shield was broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were kind of out for your last minute abilities. Your shield, which was protecting you from all this spam damage, was gone. And your team was kind of scrambling. Devo was looking for an angle, maybe. But it's very difficult to deal with. But like I said, you could try to go down that hallway and save the team, regroup for a second, because they might not chase you into that because you have a Reaper. And if you put down the BAP fields, they're most likely going to back out. You get your abilities and your cooldowns, you work towards your closest ultimate, and you're going to back out.
Bye, Blinky.
And reset the fight. Like I said, a lot of healing with your team is just wrangling teammates. Because, yeah, your tank's going to be the spearhead, your DPS are going to be calling some of the combos.
So at this point, when Tomo was walking up, should Poster Bryn told Tomo to come back?
Yeah.
Here, let's
to like stabilize?
It's already hard enough to see all the healing effects.
So if you go back, like, say, like, maybe 5 seconds? I don't know if you can do that. I don't trust myself to do it. A little bit more. Yeah, right here. Somebody should have been Tomo, don't go.
Start backing up. Yeah.
Yeah, like there should have been a call to stabilize instead of push.
Well, look at his shield health. He has full shield, or at least over.
Here's
1400.
okay. Here's the hard part about that call. I get why you'd want to make that call, but
When you back up here, you die.
Especially from post's position. Like,
I guess from
right
post position,
here,
from
right?
post position, this looks fairly okay, other than the fact he's getting jammed that way.
Yeah, like right there. If I had to make a call in the moment, you know, Eva can go down and protect Ryan if they have to. If Ryan's shield goes down, but Ryan's shield's fine. There's no call made on that, right? The enemy team looks like they're kind of fucked because they're just kind of wandering. The problem though arises when the decision to reposition, because right, we're listening to completely silent voice comms at this point.
Yeah.
The decision to back up was made to go in here. And I know this match was probably tiring for everybody, but it is just small things to keep in the back of your mind. You know, come to your Batiste, come down that hallway.
Come to that.
You have a chance of surviving if I toss my E out, or you know, I hit shift and I start spamming right click toward you guys. You have a chance of survival, but unfortunately, it was just kind of silent comms. There's not a lot you can do about that other than kind of reflect in retrospect and be like, next time I want to back up toward my safest reposition. Because again, if you go in here and around here, they're just gonna take space here and kill you, and your McCree still needs to come back from spawn, and they'll block you. With compositions like this, you have to play extremely close together. Which is why they just kind of got a free... okay. I see.
I didn't realize the rock hit me.
Yeah, you got stunned, and rather than staying with you, Tomo shifted out. Because I don't think he saw the stun at first. He probably assumed you could get out.
Yeah.
I do have to... because I wanted to get main tanks more on the same page as like their burst damage. Off tanks could be more on the same page as your more mechanical damage, like your hit scan. Because you can set up a lot of really crazy plays if you're in better communication, cooldowns, abilities, ults, and if you can learn to do it very efficiently and succinctly, voice channel won't be spammed. You still leave room for your main shot caller, etc. but it would be easier if Tomo was still here.
Damn it.
Yeah, like this kind of thing is it's just snowballing.
I only boop you.
I'm gonna shudder here when I get it.
That's terrifying in Spanish.
Damn you.
That was demonic.
No, the honor's in the back.
Something I do miss, I am happy about recently though, is Cole's return to Diva. We used to be so coordinated on him saving me when I'm ulting.
So they
Yeah, and
finish
that's
at
really good team synergy.
They finish at 250 on when we go on attack. We actually have to swap in Blinky, and we actually do use the Mei, but we actually do pretty well. We finish like a minute and 50, I think. It's not really that bad. So like I said, that's why I feel like this map was closer than a lot of people remember.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like a lot of it will feel like, you know, you're steamrolled, but right there just kind of proves that that was one lost fight. Like you can afford to stagger and then equalize and stagger, equalize, but when you're just being pushed to the point where you can't make kills, you can't make space.
I mean,
You can't contest.
It feels like a steamroll, but it's really just one lost team fight.
Like obviously there was a couple things that, in retrospect, like I said, as I see it, I could have done different, and I could have got told maybe. I know Dreamer definitely knows, and I could probably tell Tomo next time about better positioning, especially there, so that we can actually have a better grasp and better like set up our defenses there, and not to get like picked individually there. But I think that that's something that we can work on pretty easily. Yeah.
But yeah, that wasn't bad gameplay. Like people were in the positions they needed to be in. They were. It looks like everybody kind of knew where they needed to be. It's just that very simple reposition that got Dreamer killed. That ended up with Tomo dying because he got antied.
At that point, should there have been a call to die on payload to try to reset for one last fight?
That's difficult because you really don't want that because they can just push your spawn. And if you guys were an extremely cohesive team at that point and you were saying, if everybody dies, you know, Tomo go on Hammond, you know, Cold go on Diva, and you know we have Shadow on Doomfist, Dreamer can stay Reaper, and we still have, you know, the healers. Maybe we just say Bryn, quickly go to Moira, throw the heal orb from spawn, stuff like that. Yes, you could totally get another fight out of that. But when your comms are silent and everybody's kind of burned out,
comms are important. I think we definitely pick up comms on attack. I think we kind of get like a
wake-up call?
Not a wake-up call. It's more like a second.
You'll feel a bit more reinvigorated.
Yeah, it's more like a second win that we kind of get.
But that's why it's important to go into these fights with a plan. Like, I can feel the burnout. Trust me. I know matches like that.
You're awfully quiet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Do you have anything to say to add that you saw?
No.
You don't want to talk about the demonic Torbolt?
You can't leave me, Tomo. You are my main tank.
The demon midget chasing you.
Watch me.
That was terrifying.
Well, Torb's old too.
Okay, Lumpy, it's your call.
I'm a sub, so I should be the one.
The Baptiste gold gun does look very nice though, I must say.
You're the starter.
With the NYXL.
Practicing.
You're right.
I wish in this screen Lucio's gun was just on his head.
May or Hanzo, because they might run Hanzo again.
That would be good. I wish we created a golden hat with a golden gun.
Okay.
Yeah, Nim was so worried, it's just like, oh my god, their ringer left, and I'm like, that wasn't a ringer, that was Shadow, and she was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, you guys are gonna
I'll call for it. I know that tab. You're not gonna understand. That's what I do. Game pals
Yeah, I
right
do
now.
that all the time.
Like half time when I want to know, I tap it because I know
Alright.
where the icons are. Like I know we can play around.
Turrets are
it.
down. Turrets are down.
So annoying.
Turrets are dead. Turrets are dead.
They probably have turrets again.
Break it, break it. They're trapping her, kill him. Come like the retard now.
Kill them, kill them, kill them. Kill the sim, kill the sim.
I got the dumb Lucio.
Nice.
DVD max.
Good kill on Diva. I'm coming back.
Go, you guys can go forward. Finish up.
Get the May.
Damien.
He's dead.
Damien, May's on. May froze me.
Post, you could see the frustration
left.
in your gameplay at that wall. You just sat there, punched it, and turned straight around.
I think that's everyone's reaction to me.
That's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I was putting pressure on you. I'm DMing
Just
you,
reminds me of a little kid like fake punching air and then
I don't
turning
DM, I
around
don't DM.
upset.
Why does that do 140 damage? Jesus Christ.
That's the buff, bro.
Why? She didn't need it.
Yes, she did. Lucio on point. Lucio on point. Left. Sorry, I pushed her. I did not mean to.
We'll all go down, Dead Iron.
Thank you.
Lucio.
Okay, I'm not Dead Iron.
Diva. Diva low. Diva. Run. Baby Diva. I pooped her off.
Kill this baby.
Is it?
Dude,
It's aggressive.
I swear, headshotting baby divas for me is never intentional. I remember a moment on King's Row where he said, "Leave the baby," and I just one tap her. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Sims up top. She wasted one of her turrets.
When they freeze us, I want you to launch a bomb.
Yeah. I got you. I'll do that.
I know.
I'll kind of stay a distance.
I can't remember for some reason. I usually remember when I get. Oh, I don't remember now. Because you guys got push right.
They're gonna try to teleport behind us and shadow. You gotta watch.
Main runner broke down.
Ate it. I ate it.
Good shit.
Okay.
May. Run.
Bomb.
Sorry, we're on the other side.
Like that?
Oh, what?
Run one.
Okay,
Run dead.
Sombra, Symmetra. Hold your shield up. Lucio behind.
Okay, shoot a bomb here and then shadow them.
Okay, I'm bombing.
No, a little too early.
They were.
Oh,
Jamming you.
Backing up. I got run.
Diva. Symmetra. She's one. May. No cryo.
Dude, I can't.
Lucio.
Oh, it's this round. I remember.
More.
Nice one.
Like, I'm literally shooting straight through people. I am stunned, I have my crosshair dead center mass flying on their head, and it goes straight through them. I fail to understand how I'm missing these shots. I have evidence of me aimed at their chest and just no hit marker. My head was about to beat my desk so many times, you have no idea.
I almost have bomb again. Oh, turrets on point.
I'm dead.
Alright, let's back up.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Damn me. Lumpy, come right. I can't have to leave it. Yeah, I have to leave you.
Debo post?
Sorry, I tried.
no, I'm not leaving. There's people that bone out of the fight. Like, I was trying to save Dreamer, but when I saw Dreamer was already buttoned down, like, well, fuck him.
I'll try to eat it. If not, I'll try to.
I was sitting here like, oh, Post is leaving VOD review.
No. I never do that.
I hit Lucio, he's trapped.
We can push on this Diva.
Go right. Watch out the turret.
I'm not.
Damn it.
I didn't even go with you guys. I was like, oh, that trap. I'm not going there.
It's like,
I'm
bye.
push in.
But you get run over by the Mack truck.
I just hit back there until he gets pushed in.
Honestly, we had no idea.
I was pretty sure, and I made sure to hide right in that doorway, so when you came by, just flashbang right click you.
Dreamer, it's the plan.
Just push in main.
Ready? Whenever you want to bomb,
Okay. I'm bombing. Deep is behind.
I got May. I killed May. Just stay out of that.
Damn you.
Thank you.
Run.
Run dead. Push into them.
Break turret or lamp.
Go forward.
I need heals. Thank you.
More no fade right.
I was so mad, I accidentally tabbed out during that.
I don't know where the turret is. Turret's on me.
You hear the frustration in Cold's voice and turrets. Oh my god. It's so like. Everyone understands that.
Go forward. Play on them.
Teabag him.
I was so ready to take you on post.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, like I said, it was a really good attack.
Like you guys didn't give him a chance to get a foothold at all.
Like and then the diva, when she came to try to contest, I just bumped her right back into the room. So like,
Yeah,
it's the thing that I want to just bring out. It's like you could be tilted, but like it's all about resetting your mental after each round and just trying to go in there with a more positive attitude. You know, I think we got this. I think it's all a matter of recognizing when things are not going your way, taking a breather, and like, you know, go back in and do the damn thing.
It was really good. You caught them off guard. They definitely thought they were in for a slower match, and they just got pushed.
So remember all those times that Awake says we're being too passive? We were not passive here.
Problem I have with the reset mental, I can't reset my mental that quickly. I just
did a pretty good job though.
It takes me over
adjusting.
like the day usually to fully reset.
Dude, everybody, like I can't adjust that quickly. It takes.
Yeah.
I take a minute because it sucks the wind out of my sails, and then I just have to like think in the in between because I have to constantly be thinking about the match when I'm in it. But like, if I get a break, I can just breathe.
I mean, a good thing about I like legitimately have anger issues, but I learned how to like just channel into actions more than words. That's why I usually when I get mad, I just play a mechanic intensive hero.
Like,
I usually do okay.
Like I know Blinky's okay with this too. One of the things that we can do is that we can give one of you guys a break, the DPS, in between maps here and there. And we could usually play Blinky on the DPS, and we can just have him be our Maybach. He doesn't mind it, and he played it really well. So we could do that, because I understand playing all the maps, like 1, 2, 3, depending on the length of them, can be pretty taxing, especially when you're running into like, you know, a mental burn based on the compositions that are run, based on attitude that
Also, I gotta say, Tomo, I don't know how you stay calm playing Reinhardt against the Mei being frozen almost every single team fight.
He's not here right now, but like.
Oh, he is gone. I forgot about that.
Tank mains in general have accepted the fact that Mei is inevitable. It's kind of like that Doomfist meta, that Doomfist like meme, where like I'm inevitable, right? Like,
I mean,
all tanks universe.
Did you just say Doomfist meme?
No, it's Thanos. Sorry.
Okay.
Thanos. It's like
Doomfist is Thanos.
Yeah,
to be honest
pretty much.
here.
Yeah, but like it pretty much became a thing where like they unanimously like it just widely known that Mei is inevitable. It's gonna happen. You gotta deal with it. You gotta suck it up, and you gotta do the best you can in order to outplay them. And I think most tanks are able to adjust.
Oh god, Lucy's finger cut off.
Most healers are able to adjust with it too. It just depends on having the right mentality for it. And you see, they were running a Mei.
You guys know that scene in Star Wars where Obi-Wan Kenobi puts his lightsaber down and dies?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels
No.
like when you get frozen by Mei as Reinhardt, and then an anti-grenade hits you, and you have no Zarya. You're like, I accept this.
But you guys
But
see
what feels better as Ryan
but
is
you guys see the role of the Lucio in this comp too. Mei tries to come in a lot on the main tank. I boot that bitch back. Like get away.
that's the thing I was gonna say is at least with main tank, your team can help you a little easier
Yeah.
because you don't get one shot.
Yeah, so it's like get away, get away from my daddy, you know. So it's the way it usually goes. Like, as long as you play as a cohesive unit and you can play kind of like bouncer. Think about it kind of like when you used to play goats, and and your job is to make sure that break when she tried to come into your range shield to stun, you will like boot that bitch back too. It's almost the same thing. Like get away, be gone, thought. You know that whole thing. I look like a little mini Doomfist. It's my rocket punch right here.
I just want you to bring that straight down that May's head. Just squish her to the.
I wish.
Can you imagine if Lucio's ult had like a damage wave as well? Like you could splatter somebody if you
a
land
damage
directly on
wave
them.
that only affects Maze. I would be completely fine with that.
That would actually be awesome.
Fancio.
We play Elios after,
Oh my!
and we do
You know what kind of?
I think.
You know what kind of healer that you know what buff they could give Zenyatta? When he trances, he gives off like basically like heat, so you can't be frozen. That's what he means.
They need to just reduce mail time by like half its duration.
Yeah,
They just need to reduce
lasts-
mail by
lasts-
deleting it entirely.
And make Mei wall 4 pillars instead of 5.
Just to melt Mei.
Like
They just need to make Mail half its size. Or not May ult, but like May wall. Make it like half its size.
Or less HP.
Or that.
No. How about this? You make Mei wall just like something that like freezes you walking through, but you can still walk through it.
Yes, that would.
Like Mei wall in particular is super oppressive. I posted.
Mei is oppressive. Just period.
I'm just saying the fact.
And then they have.
Yeah.
No, like,
and then what they need to make the ult charge much longer. It's way too easy to get May ult.
So like the Mei
I charge it so fast.
The Mei wall itself is super oppressive.
Like it takes me about half a minute to get to 50%.
It's definitely something that needs to be touched up more. I did post.
And that's not headshots.
Okay, I posted.
Those are just body shots.
I posted a VOD review of Gladiators versus the Titans.
It's ridiculous.
It's not anything that's too complicated because Jane is doing the VOD review, right? So he's explaining a lot of like the nuances of how like different Meis and how to outplay it a little bit better, and how to reposition yourself a lot. And I think it's very informative for us to like just look at it here and there. Obviously, it's a 3-hour like VOD review, so you don't have to watch everything. You can watch like a map here and there or whatever. But I think it's very informative to understand your role in this meta. There's also like a couple of different things that they do. And this is a pro player, so you could take the basic understanding of how it is that they're doing, because this is not ladder play. So I think it's more impactful that you have somebody that is able to do the analytics and able to explain to you why things are working the way they are.
Yeah.
So
but at the same time, like I with Pro VOD being so helpful, we can't take them like completely 100% because the thing they take into account with Pro VODs is that like they're at peak mechanical.
No, that's an obvious. That's why I said basic understanding.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said. That's why I specifically said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as you can see, right, it wasn't even a bad scrim. We won some maps. We lost some maps. It's not anything that's out of the ordinary. I don't feel like it was a waste of time. I feel like it was good.
Yeah, that was a good match to watch.
I feel like even like Horizon was a lot closer than it is, except when you go to like when we were attacking and that Doomfist just.
Oh, yeah, that your tag was not on second point wasn't pretty. Your first point was okay.
Yeah, no, it's just that Doomfist is the guy was just ridiculous.
Yeah, he stole.
Oh yeah, he was. What was he like? 4,200?
4,200, yeah.
He was actually unkillable because every time he was low, he would just get shields on shields on shields. And
To be fair, he didn't say a word in Discord.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't matter, but he had no coordination with us whatsoever. He just did what he wanted.
Matter.
Be ready to 180. He doesn't stop
We should
running.
gloss over
Stun him,
King's
flash
Row
him.
because it was
Just make
very.
sure he knows to stop
this
doing
was a
that
really
because
good one.
he's retarded when he does that.
Cool.
It's really annoying.
There was a really good one too. This is when we punish Awake's dumbass.
What are we doing, Arissa? Are we doing
On
Arissa?
last map, I tilted very hard
We're
last
doing
map
Red Zarya.
on this one.
You actually played really good.
Ryan Kiva.
Yeah, but like
If you
last
wanna
map,
do
all
Ryan-
three. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I think the last map.
Oh
was my
man,
house,
is
the one
this
we-
Or
well?
double main tank. If you want to go Orisa, go aggressive and.
Okay,
try to
we
see
even
if you
had
can
a
pull
plan
that
just
Ryan
to
well.
halt and then boop you guys in, and the freaking Pepega Arissa fucked up the halt.
Yeah. so,
I was just left to hang there on the.
I feel
I
like
was
this is
like,
good too because I don't know if you've seen
Go
too
left
much
side so we don't get
code
booped as much.
on Orisa here, but we have code on Orisa. We
Okay, I'll
have
watch
Tomo
her.
on the main tank on the Reinhardt, right?
Yeah, I will too. And if actually
Yeah, double main tank's actually pretty good for this. I've seen it work.
So
Drop a shield.
we do
meanwhile, I'm already out and
this. We get an
around over
instant-
here.
We get an instant hold right.
I'm turning. Or pulling. Turning.
And I kept saying that.
1 second before I drop
Oh
shield.
wait.
Yeah, see, they fucked up.
I'm pulling.
Good.
Run down.
That's two. Push it to them. Push it to
Honestly,
them.
like, I had a
Arissa
moment
low,
where
Arissa
on
low,
the
Arissa
left
one.
side where I
Turret,
could
turret,
kill you,
turret,
and you almost
turret.
killed me.
Awake.
I'm on awake. I'm on
On
awake.
my
I'm on
screen,
awake. I'm on
shot
awake.
took my feet through your skull.
And you can see how the comms are more alive here.
More on our side. More on our
Oh, poor Ned.
Had a teabag away.
side. I did too.
I
Claim a super offensive angle right here.
Okay.
Don't get pooped.
They're going left. They're going left.
They're going left. Watch it.
No, it's just a wake.
Awake is looking.
No. I saw someone on the low ground.
I saw two. Push.
I almost took down your May.
Yeah, they might pull us. Be careful. Wall. I'm rotating to our side. I'm pulling.
Awake. Trying to get behind us.
I did it, Lucio behind cold.
Friends are down.
Hey, don't
Awake's
mind
on me.
Ryan.
Awake's on me. I need help with the wake.
See, like,
Coming back.
at least here, like, I'm being so annoying, I'm drawing a
Lucio.
resources out of you.
Not really. You're kind of feeding. So we
On the turn.
We still have potential. We still have the majority of the.
I'm pulling.
Watch out. The fight won here.
Because unless you were pulling resources, I was pulling you down because your team wasn't getting as much heal. And I was sitting behind them pouring in damage.
They
If
can
they
handle my
me, they would take damage from,
Coming at
you know,
Keep punishing him with dumbass.
rest.
You see, you hear me?
Can you watch left side with me real quick?
Because again, this is the thing. Like, you can go for boops awake when you're Lucio, but like the thing is, like, a lot of times that healing and that like movement speed that you normally wouldn't need.
Let's back up.
Kind of fall.
I'm bongoing.
Oh,
I'm pulling.
watch out! Awake is coming right side.
To move.
Torb is right. May. Ryan's on me. I'm pulling Ryan. Run. Punch him. Arissa, no gold.
I'm dead. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. They have to resolve.
Yeah, they use coalescence and feed.
I don't
They
know
use
what's
bongos too.
Yeah.
Alright, we can go left. On here.
Did they shatter?
They did not shatter.
Go left.
I don't believe so.
Hang on.
So-
I'm
so-
I'm gonna see if I can call
go
out.
left here, and like Vicky goes, I didn't know you could go here.
I didn't even know that.
Hey, there's a health pack right here.
It's awake. He almost dies.
Yeah, but we didn't know where you guys were, so I was up there looking where the hell you were.
Yeah, drop. I'm
I was
dropping.
actually gonna sit up there hoping you guys were coming from under to get a boot.
Got frozen.
Run dead.
Dead.
I got us.
Awake in the left room.
I'm pulling.
I'm gonna.
I'm
on awake.
See, look, all you guys are like back here chasing me.
Yeah,
May right,
Don't like
or
you.
maybe left. Never mind.
Yeah, but like, you, 5 of you chasing me down a hallway.
Wait, buddy, we got this.
Ryan's on me.
Run.
Oh, I didn't even notice, dude. My bad.
I didn't either.
He just came out of nowhere.
Arista dead, Arista dead!
Nice. Break shield. Torn to the right.
Main left. Main no cryo. Nim. Aura.
Get
More no fade.
Awake coming in. Teabag.
Mora.
Yo, I stalled him so much on the left
Yo.
side.
You gotta reclaim this. I gotta reclaim this. Tor.
Alright, I'm bongoing.
No!
Lucio?
You're coming with me!
That's the attitude we need.
Yo, did you guys see me in the corner? I was fighting.
What the fuck is that? Like, obviously, like focusing somebody like one person is not that good, but like again, you are kind of being singled out. Aggressive losers that try to be too naughty like that. That's what's to the team. No, I don't know how you lived through all that bullshit.
I don't know. I was literally just messing with them.
Yeah, so like one of the reasons why we won that was because Blinky literally had like the Orisa and like
he finally killed.
the May just on him, and like he was just 1v2ing them the whole entire
I killed the
time.
Ryan
They couldn't
while I
kill
was
him.
over there too.
It's kind of weird. We can keep this.
Keep it? Okay.
I think we switch it up later. We either go Azaria or we go Devo here. After we lose the cap.
You guys go Pharah too, don't you?
Yeah, we go Pharah for a little bit and then
Mongo.
Oh, my eye! Okay.
Right to the left. I'm gonna pull the. I'm pulling them off.
Push onto them. He has no bubble.
Run. Punch him in the face. I'm reloading.
Toma with the
I'm
charge.
pulling. Maino, Moro no fade right.
No corazón.
Let's go, you guys. 3, 2, 1.
I heard. Did I just hear Bryn?
She been talking the whole entire time, man. She is really soft.
That was the first time I heard Bryn.
Nim.
Like, you guys need to get used to it.
Melo.
I'm dead.
Like, I hear her.
I am 30% deaf.
You know what? As long as I hear her,
I think you're gonna
I don't
die,
care if you
Dreamer.
guys don't hear her. I'm good.
I am 30% deaf, so I may just.
Because she
Should I
tells
go
me
right?
important
Or, I
things.
mean, Zarya?
Like, she tells me like
Goes Zarya.
she has lessons. She tells me if there's like a Hanzo behind or something, and I'm able to call to like act on it. So we pull up a quick pharmacy here. Coming back in. I'm
I need to behind or to the left.
Yeah, we're not very good at
I'm gonna bubble you
pharmacy.
once you get arrested.
Ready? I'm bubbling.
Yep, bubble.
Bubble. Here we go.
Lucio left. Or right.
Cameron.
Like even
Okay.
even like top 500 Pharas have dropped into masters recently. It's just
Thank you,
impossible
Brent.
to stay on the top as her.
Oh, man.
Let's back up.
If you want, we could run on here.
What up, Raj? Can't kill me.
I got more.
Nice.
Alright, let's push.
Hanzo right.
Bad wall. May.
What? There's a point here where I get.
Ryan's low, Ryan's
So I don't have bubble for you.
One of the high ground.
Nice.
Awake dead.
Push.
Sorry, no bubble, sorry.
Instead we can go.
I'll get him.
They were almost
Oh,
at
you still
69.
Almost at 69.
Too bad. Oh, so sad.
Okay, let's push him.
No, I can
And then this is where I go Anna,
be.
Not too far though.
and then I just
Oh, no, we don't.
pressure Dreamer out.
You would want to shoot him. I thought
Bubble me.
I thought that was Nim.
Bubble you.
No, I'm pretty sure it was me.
Awake low.
Because they were complaining they couldn't do anything, so I went Anna and I started hitting all the shots on Dreamer.
Stick that heel.
Yeah.
Bubble you may.
On the run. He's one.
Or maybe it's now. I think it was still Lucio there.
Yeah, I think we pushed you guys a little further in here.
Alright,
Alright, new strat. We pick up Lumpy.
Yeah.
I'm punishing him.
Yeah, this is where I start pressuring you out.
we shatter this fight.
Yeah, because I was just shooting from spawn.
They're gonna have grab though.
Zarya
I
left.
think I get
looking for
stuck
grab.
here, I think.
You want me to? I'm gonna probably
Yeah, I
grab
get
and.
stuck here.
They're
I
both-
get stuck
they're all going
right
left.
here in this
They're all
space
going
right
left. They're all
here.
going
No,
left.
no.
And I can't even move.
No, no, no.
When they
Try,
when they
okay.
grab, I'm gonna just shatter it.
I'm Mercy's dead.
Okay.
Watch out.
I got stuck on the wall.
Ryan separated.
Oh, they have a widow. I'm gonna stop the widow then.
Ray goes
Right,
low.
right, right.
So does
It worked. I told you.
You can win if you
Drag,
make it
drag,
right.
drag, yeah, watch it.
Widow top left. No.
I hear Bryn screaming.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you good?
Am I grabbing? Am I grabbing?
No.
You need to have a deeper
Yeah?
voice,
Okay,
you know?
Sorry,
It's
sorry,
too
sorry.
high pitched. I can't hear it. Like my ears don't have that frequency in it.
We're gonna get Brain a soundboard.
Yeah,
My people need me.
we'll give it like real deep.
I got you.
Bryn, are you okay? Oh, she almost died.
You almost
It'll be quick and decisive here.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I almost have Blizzard.
We almost got Blizzard.
Widow's dead.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
What is that?
We push. On the run. Push on the run.
He's supposed he's
Run, run, run. Bobby, Bobby,
On the
Bobby.
half.
On top.
On the one.
Nah.
Nice.
You're purple.
2 seconds and I can bubble you. 2 seconds I can bubble you. Bubble you. Going. Sorry, no bubble.
I get shot by Ray.
Kill yourself. Hanzo.
I'm dead.
You go.
Widow main.
Bobby man.
Anna.
Widow main.
Moreno fade right.
I'm coming ball.
What the heck? Nice.
Yeah, we somebody made the call on our side
Nice attitude, guys.
to just wait a second and touch in overtime, and then we sat there afterwards like, guys, we needed to touch to get overtime.
Nada. Oh, what?
This one doesn't really
Brad
go
here?
away. This one goes
I'm here.
away.
No,
It's just my mother.
Is my mic? Oh, okay, my mic's not muted. Okay, thank God. I
Uh,
just
I-
stepped
I-
in.
I-
Shadow.
Scream so we know you're in
Is there
trouble.
anything else going?
Oh, that's fine. I'm actually kind of enjoying this match. This is nice because it's not intense. It's just kind of.
Oh, this last.
It's kind of like comp.
If
Yeah.
you enjoy
Well, it's not like
watching
comp,
tilt,
it's more organized, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like comp but at a higher level.
Yes.
Just go straight to the point.
Fortunately, this one doesn't really go
Yeah,
away here.
if I go that way, I'm gonna
But
die.
I still feel like it was probably one of our better results in this map. In the dive.
I also wasn't going the way you guys went because I was
Hello,
just
how
gonna
are you?
Break it.
Teleport is dead. Get up, point.
When they start pushing, I'm gonna bubble.
And I'm
Yeah,
actually
you
not
call
trying to play
it.
this point like at all. I
Bubbling.
legitimately have no clue how to play this point. I'm
Careful, man.
stay on.
Get his Ryan then.
Run. Lucio's a booper. I'm bubbling you, Dream.
Yeah. Oh wait. No.
I guess somebody off the edge eventually.
Teabag him, Bryn.
May have.
Oh, where's
Sorry.
Okay, it was almost me one time.
More. No fade.
I booped. I booped you cold out the. Or no, who was it?
Dream.
I think I booped.
Me.
Who's Cesaria?
That's cold.
Nah, get this
Yeah, I
shit outta here.
booped cold back out like the back door, and he keeps on living like 5 times.
Mano cryo.
I just keep moving him down to the mini. He has to keep walking back.
What were you talking about? Let's back up.
I think I'm gonna high, bro. It's like, have a shatter.
I have the shadow.
Lucio's gonna try to come left side. Bobby Dreamer. I'm sorry, I don't have bubble. I don't have bubble.
Ooh. No.
Poor Bryn.
I'm just over time. Hold on.
Cause she just coalesced. She's like, no.
Oh yes.
Free point presence.
So much damage.
There, I
Literally
was so
her.
tilted
God, I
about
was
the
at a
Symmetra
fucking-
because I came out of Wraith like, okay, I can always shot and
How
die.
long was your?
But as I come out of Wraith, 150 health to
I
0.
canceled it to
Yeah.
get a shot off, but
Level 3 is brutal.
No, it was a right click.
just shatter first so I can get it back and grab.
Bobby Tomo.
I got him.
Run.
I'm gonna fall.
Cool.
We lost more.
Alright, let's back up.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Oh, this West. I think I saved private.
Back up. Back
Private
up, back
Ryan.
up, back up.
Yeah, I see
Go-
Private Reinhardt here.
Go into cafe. Go into
Go
cafe.
right, go right, go right.
I have Blizzard.
Yeah, we could lose with Blizzard. You can
Poke out.
It's a completely helpless mission.
Okay.
I'll
And as
just
soon
try
as
to
you
get-
complete the mission, you have to do it again.
They don't have DM, they don't have DM.
Okay, hold on. I'm not using it.
Okay,
How'd you
give me a
live?
second then. Bobby,
wall riding, baby.
Oh,
What the?
The fuck was that spitting noise?
D.Va right?
That was big.
on the man, on the man.
Awake on point.
Get the Rhine, get the Rhine, get the Rhine.
I like how your call was awake on point.
Boy, that just a reminder to like not
I'm so low on health.
do the corners. Okay, I gotta remember.
Ah, yeah, there it is. And then I get cold. I got lumpy, then I got cold.
I gotta remember not to try to.
I'm taking one of them. I'm taking one of them. Let's
Ryan's
go.
a boost.
Yeah, I know, I boop Ryan way too much. It works on charges, actually. It works still fairly well on charge.
It does, but like on ledges, that motherfucker doesn't even.
Yeah, on ledges, no, you're not moving him, especially if he has a shield up.
I'm gonna start shatter. I'm gonna start shatter.
Doesn't even budge.
If we push in, I can shatter.
I'm surprised you touched here, by the way.
Honestly, it needs to be nerfed. Oh, Post, you cut it so close.
I got May on the ground. I got May on the ground.
Oof.
We still won the map.
Good shit. Good try.
Yeah, we still won.
Good try, guys.
So it was. I feel like it was a good scrim. It was a good map in particular.
Yeah.
I think there was still a lot that we could still learn even from that defeat right there. It's just maybe not be too overzealous when it comes to like, especially when we're frozen and everything. When you see people die, maybe not coalesce, maybe not throw a couple resources. Just kind of just let it happen in order to like,
so sorry about
be able to contest again and come back in.
Yeah, we spent the whole time.
Yeah, speaking of which, awake.
Cap real quick.
The amount that I shot 3 was insane, but still.
So I mean, it wasn't. I still feel like it's a lot that we could work on more. I did like our control here. I think that sort of aggression, that denial, like think about it. We have played Ilios before, where they have an aggressive Lulu. That's how I call Lucio. We have an aggressive Lulu who likes going to the back line a lot and likes doing a lot of charges, a lot of boops, a lot of disruption, a lot of just being a little shit like usual. And I feel like a lot of times, sometimes we do struggle against that. I think identifying that and making sure that he gets no value or not as much value as possible is really good. Obviously, not chasing them like halfway into like Narnia is probably not the best call, but. Yeah. I mean, C9, you can call it a C9, whatever. You still got teabagged, so don't worry about it.
Sorry for being so quiet, guys.
No, you're good.
I'm just trying to talk to Shadow before he goes to bed.
No problem.
Ah.
Because he just didn't feel well, and he's tired.
Cool.
I wanted to catch him before that, because
Yeah,
tomorrow
and
he's busy.
I do want to say something though.
Yeah, what's up?
Shadow does get very like defensive like that, and
I know.
after knowing him for many years, he does get better. But the problem is right now, there's a lot of stuff going on at his school where people they're just putting him down for no reason, and it's just setting him off there, and then coming to playing against May constantly. Just I don't think that helps.
Yeah, it's the reason why like I think that putting like Blinky in a map here and there on and giving like one of you guys a break so you guys don't have to like play against the Ice Devil like the whole entire screen is really good.
Another problem is I tell him to take a break because I you guys know I take weeks off, kind of often at this point just because I get frustrated. I'm stubborn, but he's even more stubborn. He won't do that. No matter how many times I say it.
I mean, maybe it's just a thing of like, even if he shows up to the scrim, like, rotate Blinky on the tank and the DPS role here and there in order to help.
Did have an idea for that actually, because I think if we set you guys a player rotation for each match, people who can take breaks, and it doesn't feel like they're being removed. You know, like they're being pulled out. It feels more like we're kind of spreading the team out a little bit more, letting people breathe, and then putting them back in the next round. So it feels more organized, I guess.
Like
And
having
I'd rather rotate him because he plays out of his mind. He's so good sometimes. Like, and he doesn't pick certain heroes because he's, I think when he gets into that mode of being tired or distracted or frustrated, it is super easy to zone out and get bodied. I do that so much, dude. Like, I've done that on tanks and I've had to take breaks because I just zone out. I don't know what the hell I'm doing and I just ruined the game as the main tank. So I get it. I don't want him to. I'm not gonna chastise anybody for getting frustrated,
No.
but
Yeah.
it is difficult to help people improve, which is why I have to like talk to him afterward.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is also why I'm looking to cut down the VOD review time in one day, spread it out a little bit more, and have the notes prepared beforehand. Because after this week, I should be able to. So hopefully, you guys can go on the website, look where I put notes. I'm still always available if you guys just want to do a Discord call and be like, I don't understand, some of these notes.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you about this match where you seem to think that I was doing this, but I was doing that? I'll be like, yeah, sure.
I do have a quick question, it's kind of unrelated, but I'll forget to ask otherwise.
Oh, sure.
In
What's up?
2 weeks or something, I'm gonna be done with school. Do you mind, whenever you're available, just messaging me and just sitting down with me, talking to me about some of the stuff I do? Because
Yeah.
I understand this, like a lot of the mistakes I make, but at the same time, I'm still bad at positioning in general. I don't know a lot of maps where to properly put myself on certain heroes.
Here, let
The
me
only
write
one
a note real quick.
I almost completely understand is Genji. That's just because I'm stubborn with him.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same way with Genji. You should have seen Ryan, like, breaking down my Genji gameplay in a match once. Like, I think he was gonna have a heart attack. He's like, did you just dash and then
Yeah, like
blade and then get stunned?
if you really want like Genji advice and you want it from a top one, Ryan or Avi from Alpha, the coach.
Because I remember I knew this one guy who played Genji at top 500, but mechanically, if you just look at the mechanics, not positioning or like game sense or anything like that, it would look like basically he was plat compared to me if I was GM. But if you look at gameplay and game sense compared to like with each other, looked like I was bronze. It's like I put too much emphasis on mechanics and not enough on awareness, I guess is the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, there's okay. There are players in like silver that have climbed into masters over the course of a few months when they realized that positioning was far more important because the mechanical side was something they didn't need to work on. They just
Hello?
needed to fine tune it, but positioning is something that will change your playstyle.
You realize I've gone from 700 to diamond?
Yeah, dude, I literally played at 1600 when this game launched, and I was a dumbass. I played soldier and like.
I Mercy one tricked when I first got the game, placed very bottom of gold. It was like 2006, and then went on a like 24 loss streak to 700.
So almost bottom 500, but
yeah.
It shows you.
Did you meet any of the high Hanjo members?
To be fair, I was also on controller, and I was hard stuck on controller at like mid to high silver, and then I got my beast of a PC, and then I started playing mouse and keyboard, and I instantly climbed 1000 SR, like overnight.
Yeah. So I guess I feel like it's a lot that we can work on, and like I said, like obviously you could talk to Rad, DM them whenever you want any help with anything like that. If you want to. I can usually help people when it comes to like positioning and stuff like that because I have a good understanding of how to play the game. Like I'm not no expert, but I do a lot of analytics, so I know the concept, what we should be doing, the hindsight of it after the match. I honestly know instantly know like I shouldn't have done that. We probably should have done this, you know. So, but
Also,
I
I
feel
did request for tomorrow night, if you don't mind trying it out. for at least one of the maps,
Mhm.
I almost want to cut down on comms almost completely and just have Tomo calling.
We could try that.
Just so we
The
can
only
do
thing,
actual listening to.
the only thing that I'll do is I will call for ults. Like,
Yeah, no, like I just mean like during fights, like shot calling, and you just fall
yeah,
basically fully on Tomo,
because
and we can see how hard our target focus can be.
I call ults.
The other thing is I know we argued about this early on in the VOD, but can we at least try the Bat Moira?
Yeah.
We can give it a try.
I'll put together something before we even get ready for the scrim. I'll
Yeah,
just
can
try to
put
get
together
some,
who's in and what we're playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should open a Google Doc and
Yeah,
just
that's
start
what
writing down maps and just composition to try for each map.
That's what I've been working on all day.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because I was gonna do some rotations for you guys. We'll do some map dependency stuff. Like I'll try to write down every single map. You guys throw as much information at me as you can, and I'll just kind of tweak it.
Don't start with every map. Like
Yeah,
start
I'm
with
gonna
a
go
few,
map
and
type and
especially
stuff like that.
yeah, start with just a few and start with like
Yeah,
ones that might be in a map pool that we play soon. Hint, hint, wink, wink. If we get into Rose Cup.
That's what I'm trying. So it's a lot easier to look at those stats too.
Yeah.
Because like you guys wouldn't notice it in these matches, but like when I'm spectating and I'm like, I know you guys are gonna do something with a certain comp, and it always works. Like you have a really huge chance of success. And if you do that kind of like, if you do that kind of thing in like Rose Cup and you optimize yourselves, it doesn't matter what the hell your SR is, you're gonna win.
Me on my gold team when
Like-
we had comps, we had roads, we had everything planned out for every map we played.
You should have seen. We should find it sometime, even though it's completely out of matter just to look at it. When we played goats, when we saw Yeb post,
Yeah.
when we were towards the end of goats and doing that, we were the strongest team in our league on goats. The other coordination was so good.
But we were also
And we had-
it kind of cheated because we were also one of the strongest team when it comes to like off meta compositions. So
Yeah, and we had a scrim where we played against I think like 3900s in goats v goats, and we just completely steamrolled them.
Just because we were scrimming goats so much that it became second nature. I like the first match of UGC that the second match that UGC that we played was against Aimless, and we only
I
lost.
played Genji to goats.
We only lost that because Dreamer was still kind of new to Zarya, so he kind of chucked a couple graphs into Diva's.
Oh no, I was just new to goats. I was new to Zarya. And I used to play. What I'm used to is Zarya v Zarya, not Zarya v Diva.
But like stuff like that is very important because obviously like Diva's little devil ass is still pretty meta now, and like her like obviously like chucking a grav or a male into her gaping mouth can be a team loss or like like crap you feel kind of bad about it, but like knowing like one of the things that like I know one of the things that a lot of like people do for May in particular, it's like they they look for the Diva and they just start freezing her, and when she's frozen then they throw the ult out so she can't eat it.
It happened a lot. Actually happened earlier today when I was playing Diva.
That way she can't eat anything,
Yeah.
like.
Is anybody around like tomorrow at all before scrims?
I might be depending on how busy I am at work or whatnot, so it depends.
Okay.